Hey guys, MaliciousCompliance here, and today I am hopping back into Malicious Compliance for day number 5. Already done 5 days of this. Wow. So I'm gonna just be trying to find 3 random stories, and I think I found my first one, or 3 to 5 short stories. And I think I found my first one. Uber drivers can't file class action lawsuits to 12,500 drivers filed individually for third-party arbitration. Oh, this is just really short. Uber, you may not sue us in a court of law. You must take all complaints to a third-party arbitration. 12,500 drivers. Hold my beer. A class action lawsuit would mean that Uber only needed to deal with one plaintiff, but by filing 12,500 individual requests for arbitration, Uber has to hire and pay for tens of thousands of arbitrators to deal with each complaint individually. Whoa! That is just nice. That's a nice old just casual post. I asked for 3 days off. They asked for a doctor's note. So I have way more than 3 days off. Hello, Reddit. I lurk a lot and realised I had my own malicious compliance a few weeks ago. My job is very mentally taxing. I also have my own mental health issues, so I tried my best to balance. But I just want to help so I get caught up making more responsibilities than I am actually able to do. So a few weeks ago, I realised my mental health is in a steep decline. I was ignoring the signs to push through. But anyone with mental health issues knows that you can only ignore the signs for so long. I tried to get ahead of a mental crash and talked to my advisor that I need 3 days off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And as I had the weekend off after the days I requested, I figured I might be enough to get a good rest and reset. I did tell my supervisor why I needed the days. Burnout. Mental health. And they understood and would get back to me. They contact back. I say they, because right now I technically have 2 supervisors running my division. And say they can probably give me Wednesday, Thursday, but they couldn't give me Friday. I asked if we can do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday instead. And I could work the Friday, have my long weekend, and that should be fine. They said they'll get back to me. I get a text soon after to ask me to help cover other shifts. And I obviously can't, so I decline. They get back to me the next day. We can get your shifts covered for Wednesday and Thursday, but not Tuesday, and you have to make up the hours. That was the straw. I just broke. I was asking for a break because I was working too much, because it was hard for me to say no. I even called them. They had me on speaker in tears and explained even further why I needed the days. I had been going through trauma therapy and my mental health has been declining. I told them that I had spoken to my doctor and my doctor said I was showing signs of burnout and recommended some days off. This is true. I had talked to him the day before. All they heard was doctor and said, "We need a doctor's note." Okay, fine. Good thing I have another appointment. I had to work that day, just defeated because they couldn't find anyone to cover my shifts. I talked to my doctor, and he says that he can tell I'm in distress and puts me on 2 weeks leave immediately. They did not look pleased when I handed in my doctor's note. That's because 2 weeks ago, I went back to the doctor and he extended my leave for at least another month. Because you know, straw broke the camel's back, and my mental health was just down the drain. Oh, also, when I gave them my doctor's note with 4 weeks on it, one of them didn't even look at me, and the other just said, "Oh, doctor's note, thanks." So that's the story of how I asked for 3 days off to try to rest and reset, and ended up with at least 6 weeks with no confirmed return date. Woo! Oh my gosh, that's just like so accurate to just school, really. If you're sick, they always ask, like, you need a doctor's note. Guess that's so real to real life. That, like, just working, and you just mention the word doctor, and they're like, we need to see the doctor's note. Okay. How my 8th grade teacher for corporate greed and negligence with the power of gummy bears. Ooh, this one's an interesting one. I know that's a wild ride of a title, but I promise it's all true, so buckle up. When I was in 8th grade, I was in the first year of an experimental technology school. I had a class of about 188th graders, 12 to 14-year-olds, and about 10 teachers. So everybody shared the same math teacher. For our first semester, we used a software called Gauge. It was alright for most classes, but it was absolutely atrocious when it came to math. Nothing worked with math. We were supposed to use the lessons they had, but it just didn't work. Math symbols didn't show up right, and some questions even had the wrong answer marked. My math teacher wasn't allowed to just move the paper, and the company insisted that the problem was that our math teacher was older and just didn't understand technology. They said that if she had a genuine problem, to email them. One day I get to class and there are 7 email addresses written on the board. She told us that we were going to go through a math lesson today and take screenshots of every mistake we found and email them to the company's executives. 1 screenshot equals 1 email. 10 emails, a packet of gummy bears. We had a blast trying to send as many emails as we could. One kid got 10 packets of gummy bears by the end of the hour class. By lunch, the principal called my teacher aside and asked her to stop. She said, "Hell no. My afternoon classes haven't had fun yet." Long story short, our school district got all its money back from using the software, and the company no longer exists. Well, they changed their brand out of shame. I don't know. I just can't find them anymore. TLDR, the software company sent an email if she found an actual issue, so she had an army of 8th graders inspired by Gummy Bears send thousands of emails to the CEO and other executives. Wow. To be able to find 100 mistakes in an hour. You're finding those less than a minute. Like, you gotta find 100 in 60 minutes. That's like every 36 seconds you're finding one. Like, why? That is just perfect. And I love how the teacher's is like, no, my afternoon classes haven't had fun yet. Okay. We're going to do one last one. Sorry, Buzz, I can't come back in. I've been drinking. A few years ago, my wife was working as an EMS worker in our local township. She got home from work one night after a long day and posted a picture of herself holding an unopened beer and saying, "I needed this." In the picture, you could tell the beer was still closed. A few minutes later, she posted her picture. A major storm decided to suddenly roll through. My wife, being the good employee she was, called her supervisor and asked if he needed any help. He said, "No, you can't come in. You posted a picture of yourself drinking alcohol." She objected that the can wasn't opened and every idiot could see that. But he wouldn't relent. But he said something about how it could be construed wrong. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and it had been a stupidly busy day for her. And when she finally got home, she ran over to the shelf that we had a bottle of whiskey on, literally tossed me her phone and said, "Quick, take a picture of me drinking this." The cap was obviously still on the bowl, but she tipped it up like she was drinking it and posted it online as soon as I gave the phone back. Her boss called 10 minutes later and said, "We need you to come back in. We are short-staffed tonight." She said, "Sorry, boss, I can't. I've been drinking. Check online." He tried to object that the cap was on, and she said, "Last time I posted a picture like this, you wouldn't let me come in because it would set the wrong precedent. I wouldn't want to do that to you this time." Okay, that's a good one. That's a good short story. It's just like, I wasn't drinking. No, you're not allowed to come in because you're drinking. Several weeks later, "Sorry, boss, I can't come in. I've been drinking." But the cap's still on the bottle. Oh my gosh. Anyways, links will be in the description to this channel and my main channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. A ding, a ding. Alright, and also in the comments, let me know if you enjoy these stories. I've already done 5 videos of these, and I'm planning to keep this going for the next few months. Anyways, I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.